Amnesty International has raised concern over the state of human rights in Tanzania following what it terms as a widespread violation of human rights targeting opposition candidates and their supporters. This comes amid human rights organizations report revealing increasing cases of harassment, abductions and intimidation against those critical of President Samia Suluhu's administration just days before the country's general election. Crispin Otieno has more.
Just a week before Tanzania heads to the polls, Amnesty International on Monday raised a red flag over a growing trend of human rights violations across Tanzania, cases mostly targeting opposition candidates, their supporters, journalists, and human rights defenders.
We are seeing a wave of terror. We've seen unlawful killings happening in the country. We've seen disappearances of opposition leaders. We've seen disappearances of even very senior officials like a former ambassador of Tanzania to Cuba. We have seen closure of media outlets. We have seen closure of other online platforms.
The organization raised alarm over incidents of enforced disappearances, abductions and killings of opposition leaders, which have sparked fears of a compromised electoral process.
Tanzania election in 2025 creates a worrying trend in the region, a worrying trend that an opposition leader can be arrested, jailed, and trial goes on to elections. A worrying trend that any foreigner that wants to travel to the country for trial observation, for solidarity, can be arrested, can be prevented from coming into the country and tortured, as we saw in the case of Boniface Mwangi and Agatha Tuhaire.
Amnesty International further regretted the continued harassment of key opposition figures challenging President Suluhu's government, mostly by state security agencies.
And in the country, of course, there is a lot of worry and anxiety building up ahead of the election. Election seasons are usually an opportunity for citizens to renew their citizenship through voting for the leaders that they want. But also it is an opportunity to put to account their leaders. But we are seeing this has actually been almost denied because of the disqualification of the major candidates of the opposition. So the elections proceed with the ruling party going into the election virtually unchallenged.
Tanzania is expected to hold its general election on the 29th of October. However, prominent Chadema party leaders Luhaga Mpina and Tundu Lissu have been barred from participating due to pending court cases. The organization is now calling on global human rights bodies to intervene and safeguard democracy in the United Republic of Tanzania, especially as the country heads into the election. Crispin Otieno, Citizen TV.